As far back as I can remember, I've always drawn. As a young kid, it was my way to connect with the world around me. And as an introvert, it allowed me to tackle the feelings I could never express in words. I began, like most kids, by copying cartoon characters from Saturday morning TV shows, everything from Sesame Streets to the Looney Tunes. These characters they opened the door for me to create my own, which I would doodle on the side of my notebook. They would help me remember important points in class, and a lot of times they were silly or said funny things to me. They were a little world into themselves. When I look back even further, even more than drawings, I think stories have been a huge influence on how I view the world. I mean, stories have always been an escape for me. In many ways, stories are the drive for most of the art I create. Today, when I boil it down, I want to tackle serious things that we don't like to deal with by trying to bring a little bit of humor into a serious situation, or spin a cultural reference on its head to say something about the culture itself. I grew up in the foothills of the Himalayas in a little school called Woodstock. It was an international school in a place called Missouri. Now, the amazing thing about this school was it had nationalities from 50 different countries, and since it was quite a small school, we were surrounded by all these different cultures, and you got to know everybody in the school. This school was a little melting pot of culture. Being surrounded by an international, global culture has impacted how I interacted with my own culture as well as the cultures from around the world. Which brings me to my show, Unveiled, an observation on human relations. I delve into the inner thoughts of our emotional state, tackling identity and our need to connect, especially as a society. For myself, I know for a fact I struggled with my identity because I grew up in this global culture, but when I went home, the people around me were of a different culture, so I was this third culture kid. So how I view the world was completely different, and what meant one thing in one culture could be misinterpreted in a different culture. And that's what's interesting about this show. It's about delving into those emotions that are common across all cultures, and these commonalities are what makes us human. These struggles are what make us human. My name is Ashwin Chacko, aka Wacko Chacko. I'm a storyteller, illustrator, and designer. Welcome to my new show, Unveiled.